like dating better in my 30s for sure, because I don't. But when I do, I feel like in my 20s I cared so much what guys thought of me. Like I was so self-conscious. Like I was always like, do you think I'm cute? Do you think I'm funny? Do you think I'm smart? And now I'm just like, are you gonna pick me up at the airport? Like, will you be there at Lot C at 8:30? Will you drag my bags for me and shove them in your trunk? I don't care what you think of me. Will you be there? Will you pay for dinner and not use a coupon? And I don't want to do as many activities in my 30s. Like, I'm a little less motivated. I want to do non-motivational quotes on Instagram. You know, which would go something like, just don't. Or there doesn't have to be another day. Or you can always live the life you imagined if you have a really shitty imagination. But recently my friend was like, do you want to go out on a boat with me? It was like some holiday, and I was like, you've been on a boat before, right? Like, is that something we have to do twice in this lifetime? Because I wasn't thinking about the boat. Like, I think about all the steps that lead up to the boat. You know, I'm like, I have to put my bathing suit on. Then I have to figure out who else is gonna be on the boat, and can I wear my bathing suit in front of the people on the boat? Then I have to get to the boat. I'll probably get lost getting there because I'll use Waze, and Waze is gonna be like, try making this left turn, sucker. Then I'll get on the boat, immediately not really wanna be on the boat, and everyone else will probably not really wanna be on the boat either, but they'll be Instagram, Snapchat storying that they're on the boat because they want other people who aren't on the boat to wish that they were on the boat. So what I'd rather do, honestly, is just stay home, put my bathing suit on, get in the bathtub, put on My Heart Will Go On from Titanic, take a selfie, post it on Instagram, and label it Living the Real Dream. Hashtag just don't. Thank you. I hear them at home. Just went off my antidepressants. Thank you. Feeling good. Feeling, you know. I thought I would get like a natural remedy for depression, you know, so I went to the herbalist, you know, the woman in Whole Foods who wears the badge. And I told her, I was like, I just went off my antidepressants, and she goes, good for you. Good for you. And I was like, thank you. And she's like, do you want to try some CBD oil? It's supposed to be good for depression. And I was like, you know, honestly, I don't think I need it now. I think all I needed was someone to say, good for you. And now I feel great. So now anytime I feel down, I just go to aisle 3, I talk to Susan, and I get some self-esteem. Then I started to realize people say the exact same thing when you go on antidepressants as when you go off them, right? So when you go on them, people are like, good for you for really taking care of your mental health. Good for you. And then you go off them and people are like, good for you for being so brave to do this on your own. Good for you. So what I realized is people just don't care. They don't care if you're on drugs, you're off drugs, except potheads really want you to smoke pot. I have a friend who is sober, but she smokes pot, and I'm like, isn't that like saying you're celibate, but you have sex in the dark? Like, seems like cheating. But now that she's sober, she thinks everybody's an addict. She just keeps seeing addicts everywhere. She's like, do you think maybe your ex was an addict because his behavior was very erratic? And I was like, no, you know, maybe a narcissist, but I don't think he was an addict. And she's like, do you think maybe you're an addict because you kept going back to the relationship? And I was like, you know, some people are just dumb. Like, not everybody is an addict. Some people make really bad life choices without any excuse. I do a lot of weird dates in LA. I went on a date recently with a guy who tried to seduce me with Adderall. I was like, you want to go back to my place to do some Adderall? And I was like, okay, sure, it's good for learning, right? So we went back to this place, we did the Adderall, and I think what we learned from this experience is that Adderall is not ecstasy, does not have the same effects, wasn't at all turned on. Instead, I was just very, very focused on finding ecstasy.